The reconnaissance team was dying. 9 Green Berets trapped in a valley along the Pakistan border, surrounded on 4 sides. The Taliban had been hunting them for 72 hours, village to village, ridge to ridge. Now they'd closed the trap. A narrow pass, no escape, ammunition gone, water gone, 2 wounded, too weak to carry. Team Sergeant Alex Morrison put his last battery into the radio with shaking hands. Mayday! Mayday! This is Dagger 2-1. 9 packs. Under siege. Grid. Papa Kilo 8. 47219. 80-plus hostiles 3 directions. Ammunition critical. No water. 2 critical wounded. Medevac impossible. Enemy holding every approach. If someone doesn't find a solution in the next 20 minutes, this will be this team's final transmission. Static. Then a different voice. Young, female, but with a cold certainty in it. Dagger 2-1, this is Shadow 9, AC-130 gunship, 40 kilometers west of your position. I've been monitoring your radio traffic. Your position, enemy count, terrain. I know it all. I'll reach you in 18 minutes. Then, I'm going to show them hell. I promise. You're all going home. Not one of you dies in that valley. Morrison, a mix of desperation and hope. Shadow 9, 80 hostiles, only 50 to 100 meters from us. Even danger close fire could kill us. The voice, with cold confidence. I don't like danger close, Sergeant. I prefer surgical precision. Trust me. 18 minutes, then your enemies disappear. The transmission ended. Morrison didn't know who Shadow 9 was. He didn't know the voice belonged to 27-year-old Captain Chen, fire control officer of an AC-130 gunship, a woman who'd been commanding the world's most lethal flying weapon for 5 years. He didn't know Chen had flown 63 combat missions, eliminated 147 targets. He didn't know other gunship crews called her the Surgeon because her fire was so precise, so surgical that she could hit an enemy at 50 meters and not even scratch the boot of a friendly soldier at 51 meters. All Morrison knew, 40 kilometers away, someone was coming to save them, and 18 minutes felt like forever. 40 kilometers west, 15,000 feet altitude, a C-130J, Ghost Rider gunship. Captain Chen sat at the fire control officer station. 3 screens, joystick, targeting computer, communications array. The AC-130J wasn't just an aircraft. It was a flying fortress. Mounted on its left side, 30mm GAU-23 cannon, 105mm howitzer, AGM-176 Griffin precision missiles. Every weapon guided by a sensor suite unmatched anywhere in the world. Sarah's screens. Screen 1. Wide area infrared. Thermal view of the entire valley. Screen 2. High definition optical zoom. She could see faces. Screen 3. Weapon system status. Every weapon. Ready state crew. Pilot. Major Tom Bradley. 38. 20 years experience. Sensor operator. Tech Sergeant David Park. 31, Sarah's 4-year partner. Gunners, 3 specialists, each a master of their weapon system. Sarah keyed internal comms. Crew, you know the situation. 9 Green Berets, surrounded, dying. 80 Taliban, danger close positions. Normal engagement procedures won't work. They're too close. This will be precision work. Every shot calculated, every round placed by mathematics. Margin of error, 0. Park. Sarah, 80 targets, 9 friendlies, 50 to 100 meters apart. This is the hardest scenario. Sarah looking at her screens. David, I've been training for this for 5 years. 63 missions. 147 targets eliminated. 0 friendly fire incidents. This is just mission 64. Let's begin. Bradley from the pilot seat. Sarah, you said 18 minutes. ETA 17 minutes. Can you keep your word? Tom, you fly this box there. I'll handle the rest. Minute 1. Distance 40 kilometers. The AC-130J moved to maximum cruise speed. Bradley lowered the aircraft from 15,000 to 12,000 feet. Lower altitude equals more accurate fire, but more vulnerable to anti-aircraft. Sarah was already working. Screen 1, thermal map of the valley. 9 green squares, Green Berets. Around them, 80 red triangles, Taliban fighters. David, mark every Taliban position. Calculate their distances from the Green Berets. Priority, closest threats first. Park's fingers moved rapidly across the keyboard. Every enemy position numbered and color-coded. Red, 0 to 50 meters from friendlies. 20 targets, extreme danger. Close yellow, 50 to 75 meters. 35 targets. Danger close green, 75 to 100 meters plus. 25 targets. Safe engagement range. Sarah studied the pattern. The Taliban had set a perfect ambush, positions on 3 ridges surrounding the valley. Green Berets in the center, trapped. Park, what are the Taliban doing? Why aren't they attacking? Park zoomed in on thermal imagery. Waiting. Looks like they're waiting for darkness. Full dark in 20 minutes. Then they'll attack. Sarah smiled grimly. Darkness is our advantage, not theirs. Minute 4, distance 32 kilometers. Sarah began weapon selection. She needed to choose the perfect weapon for each Taliban position. 105 millimeter howitzer. Most powerful. For buildings, fortified positions. But 35 meter blast radius. Too dangerous for positions too close to friendlies. 30 millimeter cannon, precision. 100 plus rounds per minute capability. Smaller blast radius. Perfect for individual targets. Griffin missiles, laser-guided pinpoint accuracy, smallest warhead, maximum precision. Perfect for the closest targets. Sarah built a decision tree. 20 red targets equals Griffin missiles. 35 yellow equals 30 millimeter cannon. 25 green equals 105 millimeter howitzer. Problem, only 8 Griffin missiles on board, 20 red targets. Park, we don't have enough Griffins. 12 red targets will remain. We'll have to hit them with 30 millimeters. But 30 millimeters at 50 meters is danger close. Calculation has to be perfect. Park, Sarah, 30 millimeter rounds can deviate up to 2 meters at 3,000 meter range. Friendlies 50 meters away. Margin of error is 48 meters. That's impossible precision. Sarah, David, you've been flying with me for 4 years. How many times have we said impossible? Park remembered. Libya mission, target 40 meters from embassy. Syria mission, hostage 25 meters from terrorists. Iraq mission, friendlies 60 meters in all directions. Every time, perfect shots. 0 friendly casualties. Okay, Sarah, I trust you. Designating targets now. Minute 8. Distance 20 kilometers. Sarah opened direct comm with the Green Berets. Dagger 2-1 Shadow 9. ETA 10 minutes. Your status? Morrison's voice. Weak. Shadow 9, water gone, ammo down to maybe 100 rounds total. Taliban closing in. Heard movement on all sides. They're preparing final assault. We have maybe 15 minutes. You'll have more than that, Sergeant. I need you to do something. Put a chem light stick on every man's head. Infrared. Activate them now. I need to see exactly where each of you is. Why? Because I'm going to be shooting very, very close to you. I need precision marking. 60 seconds later, screen 1 showed 9 bright green IR glow sticks, each Green Beret now clearly visible. Sarah measured distances. Closest Taliban, 47 meters from nearest Green Beret. Park, update. Wind speed at target area, 5 knots from northwest. Temperature, 18 degrees Celsius. Elevation difference between us and target. We're at 12,000 feet. Target Valley at 6,000 feet. 6,000 foot difference. Sarah input all data into the targeting computer. Ballistic calculations appeared. Wind drift compensation, gravity drop, air density, temperature effect on projectile. Minute 12. Distance 10 kilometers. Sarah could see the valley with the naked eye now. Dark, mountainous, isolated. Perfect place for an ambush. Perfect place for dying. Not tonight. Tom, position us in standard orbit. Left-hand turn, 8,000-foot radius. Sensors left side facing target area. Bradley. Copy. Beginning orbit. The AC-130 banked left. Smooth circle. All sensors and weapons now facing the valley below. Sarah's hands on the controls. Crew, engagement starting in 3 minutes. Weapons free when I call it. David, light up every target with laser designation. Minute 15. Distance 5 kilometers, entering firing position. Sarah keyed radio to the Green Berets. Dagger 2-1, we're starting. Keep your heads down. Do not move from current positions. What's about to happen? It's going to be loud. It's going to be scary. But you're safe. I promise. Morrison. Shadow 9. God be with you. God's not with me, Sergeant. Mathematics is. Minute 16. Engagement begins. Sarah's eyes locked on screen 2. First target, Taliban position on ridge, 47 meters from closest Green Beret. 2 fighters, PKM machine gun, dug in position. This was red zone. Extreme danger close. Griffin missile only option. Target 1 designated. Griffin 1 ready. Park's laser painted the position. Invisible infrared beam, marking exact impact point. Griffin 1 firing. Thunk. The missile dropped from the AC-130's bay. Motor ignited, laser guided, it curved toward the target. Sarah watched the trajectory on screen. 5 seconds flight time. The Taliban fighters, unaware, still watching the valley below. Impact. Small explosion. Griffin's 13-pound warhead. Precise. Devastating. Position eliminated. Dust settled. The screen showed Green Beret IR markers unchanged. Distance 47 meters. Unharmed. Target 1 eliminated. Friendlies clear. Park. Jesus, Sarah. 47 meters. That's insane. That's just target 1.79 more to go. Target 2. 52 meters from friendlies. RPG team preparing to fire. Griffin 2. Firing. Thunk. Another missile. Another perfect hit. RPG team gone. Targets 3 to 8. Sarah rapid-fired the remaining 6 Griffin missiles, each one a different Taliban position, each one 45 to 60 meters from Green Berets. Each one perfect hit. 8 positions eliminated in 4 minutes, 72 targets remaining. Griffins expended, Park reported, switching to 30 millimeters. Sarah's right hand moved to the 30 millimeter cannon controls. This was where it got difficult. 30 millimeter GAU-23 cannon, 200 rounds per minute, each round 30 millimeter high explosive, devastating against personnel, but less precise than missiles. Sarah would be firing 100 plus rounds in a danger close environment. Each round had to count. Target 9, Taliban squad, Northeast Ridge, 61 meters from friendlies. Sarah's targeting reticle centered on the position. Computer calculated. Wind drift 0.3 meters. Gravity drop 1.2 meters. She adjusted. 30 millimeters engaging. Brrt. The distinctive sound of the GAU-23. 10-round burst. 3 seconds. Explosions along the ridge. Taliban position shredded. Green Berets. Safe. Target 9 eliminated. Morrison's voice shocked. Shadow 9, what the hell was that? It sounded like the world ending. That was the 30 millimeter cannon, Sergeant. Don't worry, it's aimed away from you. Stay down. Targets 10 to 15. Sarah walked the 30 millimeter fire across multiple positions. Each burst calculated, each burst accounting for wind, distance, target movement. The Taliban started panicking. They were being killed by an invisible force from the sky. No idea where it came from. No way to fight back. Some tried to run. Sarah tracked them with thermal imaging. 30 millimeter rounds found them. Some tried to hide. Thermal imaging saw through darkness. 30 millimeters found them. Some tried to shoot at the AC-130. Small arms fire. Tracers reaching toward the aircraft. Bradley. Sarah taking ground fire. Should I evade? Sarah focused on the screen. Negative. Hold orbit. I need a stable platform. They can't hit us from that range. Target 20. Fortified position, 85 meters from friendlies. Multiple fighters, heavy weapons. Time for the bigger gun. Switching to 105 millimeters. 105 millimeters M102 howitzer. Artillery piece, mounted on the AC-130. Each shell, 33 pounds. Designed to destroy buildings. Sarah designated the target. 105, one round. Hey! Boom! The AC-130 shuddered slightly. The 105 millimeter shell left the tube at 1,500 feet per second, arched across the sky. Impact. 6 seconds later, massive explosion. Fortified position obliterated. Fireball lit up the valley. Green Berets, 85 meters away, felt the concussion wave, but unharmed. Target 20 destroyed. Minute 22. 30 targets eliminated, 50 remaining. The Taliban force was breaking, half their fighters dead. No idea how to fight back. Some started retreating. Sarah didn't let them. Park. Fleeing targets, northwest ravine. Count 15 to 20 fighters running. I see them. Marking. Sarah switched back to 30 millimeters. Targets fleeing in open terrain. Easy. Engaging runners. Burt. 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 3 bursts. The ravine lit up with explosions. Fleeing fighters dropped. Runners eliminated. Morrison. Shadow 9, the firing stopped on our position. What's happening? Sarah checked thermal. Remaining Taliban, now only 20, pulling back. Disorganized. Panicked. Dagger 2-1, you're clear. Immediate threat eliminated. 60 enemy killed in action. Remaining 20 retreating. You're safe to move. Silence. Then Morrison's voice, thick with emotion. Shadow 9, you saved 9 men. How did you do that? 80 targets, we were 50 meters away, and you didn't hit us once. Sarah calmly. Practice, Sergeant. Lots of practice. Now move your team to the extraction point. I'll maintain overwatch. Minute 30. Mission complete. The Green Berets moved to the extraction LZ. Taliban scattered, demoralized. Medevac helicopters arrived 15 minutes later. All 9 Green Berets extracted. 2 wounded treated. 0 KIA. Sarah watched them load into the helicopters. Screen 1 showed 9 IR chem lights boarding the aircraft. All 9. None left behind. As the AC-130 turned toward base, Park spoke. Sarah, 60 targets eliminated in 14 minutes. Closest friendly 47 meters. 0 friendly casualties. That's the best shooting I've ever seen. Maybe the best in AC-130 history. Sarah leaned back, exhaled. It's just math, David. Wind, gravity, distance. Calculate correctly, you hit correctly. Most fire control officers can't calculate that precisely under pressure. Sarah was quiet a moment. Then, 5 years ago, different mission, I miscalculated. The wind changed. I didn't adjust fast enough. A 30-millimeter round landed 10 meters from a friendly position. Shrapnel hit 2 soldiers. They survived, but that was my mistake. I swore that day. Never again. Every shot since, I triple-check. Every variable I calculate. I turn fire control into pure mathematics. Because math doesn't lie. Math doesn't make mistakes. I do, but only if I ignore the math. Park understood now. Sarah's legendary precision wasn't talent. It was obsession, born from a mistake, refined through 5 years of never allowing another. 3 weeks later, different mission, Marine convoy ambushed Highway 1. 40 Marines pinned down 100-plus insurgents. The call came. Any air support. Sarah, Shadow 9, AC-130, 15 minutes out. What followed was now a pattern. Sarah arrived, calculated every target distance from friendlies, systematically eliminated threats, 0 friendly casualties, Marines after, who the hell is Shadow 9? Just a gunship doing its job. But word spread. 1 month later, hostage rescue. Navy SEALs raiding a compound. 8 hostages, 30 terrorists inside the same building. The call: can't use bombs. Too close. We need precision. Sarah: I have Griffin missiles. Tell me which room the hostages are in. Northwest corner, 2nd floor. Sarah studied the building's thermal imaging. Hostages huddled, not moving. Terrorists scattered throughout the building. She fired 6 Griffin missiles, 6 different rooms. None the hostage room. 6 explosions. 30 terrorists dead. 8 hostages. Untouched. SEALs entered, extracted the hostages safely. SEAL Commander: Shadow 9. That was surgical. How'd you avoid the hostage room? Sarah: thermal imaging showed their location. Then I just didn't shoot there. You made it sound easy. Math is easy. Emotions are hard. I don't let emotions into calculations. Pattern established. Sarah Chen flies a mission. Impossible shot required. She delivers. 0 friendly casualties. Other AC-130 crews. She's unreal. Superhuman. Ground troops. She's a guardian angel. Air Force brass called Sarah in. Captain Chen, your record is unprecedented. 89 combat missions. 327 targets engaged. 0 friendly fire incidents in 5 years. That's statistically impossible. Explain. Sarah: Sir, it's not impossible if you account for every variable. I calculate wind, temperature, air density, projectile velocity, barrel wear, aircraft vibration, Earth rotation, yes, even Earth rotation at extreme range. I factor everything. Most fire control officers rely on the computer. I verify the computer's math manually. If there's a discrepancy, I adjust. That level of calculation takes time. You're slower than average fire control officers. But I never miss, sir. Fast misses kill friendlies. Slow hits kill enemies. Where'd you learn this approach? Sarah hesitated. Sir, my father was an aerospace engineer. Taught me physics, mathematics from childhood. When I joined the Air Force, gunnery felt like applied physics. That mistake 5 years ago, the shrapnel incident, that was a physics failure. Mine. I miscalculated wind. Since then, I don't miscalculate. Ever. Captain, your methods are being studied. We're developing a training program based on your approach. Sir, if it helps other FCOs avoid my mistakes, I'll teach everything I know. 6 months later, the mission. Intel. High-value target. ISIS commander in urban Mosul, surrounded by civilians. 200-plus civilians in adjacent buildings. Standard airstrike. Impossible. Collateral damage unacceptable. Command: we need a surgical strike. 1 building. No civilian casualties. Sarah: I can do it. Captain Chen: you're talking about a 105mm howitzer round into a dense urban environment. Surrounding buildings 30 meters away, filled with families. Sir, the 105mm crater radius is 20 meters. If I hit the building's center, the blast is contained. Adjacent buildings are safe. If you hit the center, that's a 10-meter target at 4,000 meters range. I've hit smaller, sir. Mission day. Shadow 9 over Mosul. Sarah studied the target. 5-story building. HVT on the 3rd floor. Civilians in buildings 30 meters north, south, east. 1 shot. 105 millimeters. Center mass of the building. Perfect calculation required. Wind 8 knots from the east. Temperature 29 degrees Celsius. Humidity 40%. Aircraft altitude 15,000 feet. Distance to target 4,200 meters. Earth rotation factor 0.2 meter drift. Sarah input every variable. The computer gave a solution. She manually verified. Found a 0.4 meter discrepancy. The computer hadn't fully accounted for humidity's effect on air density. She adjusted. Park, tell me you've triple-checked the target building. Civilians clear. Infrared shows only military-age males inside. Heat signatures match armed personnel. Surrounding buildings, families, children clear heat signatures. Target building is confirmed hostile only. Sarah's finger hovered over the 105mm trigger. This was it. Perfect shot required. Margin of error 0. She breathed. Checked the calculation a 5th time. Everything perfect. 105mm, 1 round, firing, boom. The shell arced across the Mosul sky. Flight time, 8 seconds, impact. The building's exact center, 3rd floor. Explosion. The building collapsed inward. Contained. Adjacent buildings. Windows shattered. That's all. Thermal imaging showed surrounding buildings' heat signatures unchanged. Civilians safe. Target building. No heat signatures. HVT eliminated. Target destroyed. 0 collateral. Park. Sarah, that was a 10-meter target at 4 kilometers. At night. In an urban environment. With civilians 30 meters away. And you hit it dead center. Sarah. That's why they call us David. 2 years later, Captain Sarah Chen, promoted to Major, assigned AC-130 training school instructor. Before leaving the combat zone, Morrison, the Green Beret sergeant from that first mission, found her. Captain Chen, I need to thank you properly. You promised we'd all go home. You kept that promise. 9 of us walked out of that valley. 9 families got their soldiers back. Because you're that good. Sarah. Sergeant, I just did my job. No, ma'am, you did more. You made impossible shots because you cared enough to make them perfect. Other crews would have said, too dangerous, wait for better conditions. You said, I'll be precise enough. That difference, caring enough to be perfect, that saved us. Sarah smiled. Sergeant, every time I pull that trigger, I see faces. Not enemy faces, friendly faces. Ground troops trusting me. I calculate precisely because they're trusting me with their lives. I won't let math fail them. Thank you, ma'am, for being who you are. Years later, AC-130 training school showed Sarah's gun camera footage. This is what perfect fire control looks like. Captain Chen, engaging 60 targets, friendlies 47 meters away. Watch. Every shot calculated, every round precise. This is the standard. Sarah Chen, Shadow 9, The Surgeon, 89 missions, 327 targets, 0 friendly fire incidents. The woman who turned AC-130 gunnery into pure mathematics. The woman who proved precision isn't talent, it's caring enough to be perfect. Every single time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more untold military stories.